All right, what is up, everybody? We are back with another edition of Everyday Hoops. Hope you guys are having a good one today. We're going to be previewing the Final Four. The Final Four for the men's tournament starts tonight. We're going to have the championship game on Monday. So I'm going to be previewing the Final Four here in today's video, the Final Four teams, and see who I think can win these games. We're going to talk all about it here in today's video. Thank you guys for the views on the videos and the shorts recently. I really appreciate it. If you do like the content around here, consider subscribing, liking, turn notifications to also like that. I'd really appreciate it. It really helps out a lot. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers, getting closer and closer as the days go on. So all support on our channel be very much appreciated. Leave my Twitter and all that stuff down in the description below. And yeah, don't waste any more of your time. Let's get right into it. So the Final Four is upon us. We have the Final Four teams, all one seeds. Only the second time ever that we have all one seeds in the Final Four. I know people not there's a couple people not happy about it, but for me personally, when I think about it, it's like, how can you not? I mean, obviously we love to see the Cinderellas and the upsets and the craziness. That's what makes March Madness, obviously. And see some variety. But this year, one seeds have just been historic. Like, it's been another level of historic dominance for these one seeds. And that means we have the four best teams in the nation going at it, which means we should get two Final Fours in a national championship game. That is amazing. We should get the best basketball we could get right now, you know? So I think these teams are going to definitely live up to what we think they can do. So I'm very, very excited for this. So first game is Florida Auburn is the first game. I think this one, Auburn, they took out Michigan State in the Elite Eight to get here, and Florida took down I am blanking right now, Texas Tech. A crazy comeback from Texas Tech, and they win that game. But I think this is going to be obviously another amazing matchup. Auburn, Janai Broom's health is definitely a question. He did have a heroic moment. He came back in their last game against Michigan State after a pretty bad shoulder injury. So we'll see. He probably should be a lot more healthier than he was then. So hopefully he should be all fine. Auburn's three-point shooting has been really, really good. I like what Miles Kelly has done. You have Todd Pettiford, Chadwick Mazzara, and Auburn, well coached. Obviously, they're gonna do their things on the offensive end. Florida, though, is another great offensive team. Walter Clayton has been potentially the best player in this tournament so far of these guys remaining. He's hit so many clutch shots, so many big moments, especially when it comes down to the last few minutes of the game. And no matter what, they're gonna put the ball in Walter Clayton's hand, and he can go and get a bucket. You also have guys like Elijah Martin, Will Richard has been really big in this tournament run as well. Aberdeen off the bench, like their guards and wings, I feel like have been super spectacular in this tournament run, and I think it's going to be definitely a battle of the guards here. So if Auburn's guards can kind of live up and kind of try to match what Florida's guards do, I think that could be really big for Auburn. And Janai Broom's going to have to dominate. Janai Broom's going to have a big game in that paint. Even though Florida, they have good bigs and they have good defense down there, I think Janai Broom's going to have a really big game. But they're also going to need someone else. It can't be Janai Broom putting up 30 and everyone else is just kind of around. Like, they're going to need to have Pettiford hit shots. They're going to need Miles Kelly to have another game where he hits a bunch of threes. They need Chad Baker Mazar to be out there hitting a couple shots. Like, they're going to need their bench to come in and hit a shot or two when they need to. Like, they're going to need production from people outside of Janai Broom. They're not going to, you can't rely on just Janai Broom doing everything for them. Because Florida's got a really, maybe the deepest team, potentially, like, you can argue the deepest team, left. And they do great things. So Auburn's definitely gonna need Janai Broom. And then for Florida, they've had a couple games against UConn, against Texas Tech, where they started off slow. And I don't know how great you can do that against an Auburn team, a really good Auburn team. You know, that once they see a little bit of a crack, they go for it. They're a tough physical team and they have really good players. So I don't know if Florida can have another kind of first half against this Auburn team. We saw Michigan State. Michigan State had an first half, and they've been known to coming back in the second half. They couldn't come back in the second half. And Florida's better than Michigan State, obviously. But I don't know if Florida can withstand doing that again. Where another game where they just kind of have like a really slow start, just kind of like in the first half, and then they come out in the second half and keep it close. In the last few minutes, they take it. I think they're gonna have to really come out and be on their game. In this one, I got to go Florida. I mean, the wins against UConn and Texas Tech really stand out. Those are two team gets two teams that are pretty good, really good. On no matter what their seeding is, those are two really good teams. And for Florida to kind of not look the greatest out there, yet still find a way to clean up and keep the game close, and then the last couple minutes they take the game over. Like those are two impressive wins to me. And I just said that they can't really do that against Auburn, but like they just shows me that they're a championship level team. It shows me they're a championship level team, and that they are just really they fight. They have competitiveness, toughness. Like they just have all that. And when you have a guy in Walter Clayton that can have some big shots, Walter Clayton versus John Ibram should be a really good matchup. Well, obviously they're not gonna play guard each other, but those are the star players in the team. And I just trust Florida's depth a lot more, honestly, than Auburn. I trust the Will Richards and Elijah Martin and the Alex Con. I trust them more. And the Thomas Hall. Like I trust those guys more than I trust Auburn's guys, even though Auburn has some really good guys over there too. I think this could be a heck of a matchup, but I'm gonna go with Florida in this one. And the other side, Duke Houston. Duke took care of Alabama, then they took care of no, Alabama was the game they took care of. They took care of them just kind of like nothing. A team that just scored 13 points the game before, held them to 63. Then Houston takes out Tennessee in another kind of easy game for them. I think in this one, Duke has honestly, I think Duke has been the most dominant team so far in the tournament by far. They haven't really had like a nail biter, close type of game yet. Like they destroyed their first round matchup, beat out Baylor. Against Arizona, Caleb Love made it interesting, but there was never really a doubt for me. And then they also just took care of Alabama, another game where it wasn't like they were up 25, but it was just like there wasn't really a doubt that Duke was going to win it. So they have just been the most dominant team in this tournament. And me personally, I think they have the best roster in this tournament left. I mean, Cooper Flag obviously is the guy, and he's going to do his thing. But then you have so many other guys, Kima Malach, Con Kneppel, Tyrese Proctor's been on fire. You got Sion James. You have guys off the bench like Caleb Foster and them. I'm forgetting a little bit of the roster right now, but they have everything. I tweeted about this either. Like they have everything. They have size, they have athleticism, they have defense, they have playmaking, they have shot making. Like anything you need, anything you want, they have a star. They can go to like anything that you need, anything that you want. Duke has it. Duke has all the answers right now, and so the only really question is, are they going to put it all together? That's really the only thing. Like the only thing that's you think about is like, can they put it all together? And so far, they have been putting it all together for the entire season, and it's been working out. So this could be a tough matchup for Houston, but this is not a Houston team to kind of just sleep on. Obviously, they're number one for a reason. They are still have an elite defense like they have the past few years, but the difference is now they have shot making. You have Emmanuel Sharp who can get on fire, Milus Uzan who can get on fire. LJ Cryer is known to be a scorer. Like they have guys that can shoot from three now. They have guys that can come out and have a 5, 6 3-pointer made game. Guys that can get up and give you 20, 22 points. They didn't really have that in the past. They just relied on defense and just hope that their offense, hope that someone catches fire. Now they have an actual legitimate offense, off guys that can go get buckets while also fitting into the scheme still of this Houston defense. And it's just been really, really tough. So I think it's going to be another amazing battle for Houston. I think they're definitely going to have to try to, you know, I mean, the defense is going to have to come up clutch here. I mean, they're really going to have to lock in defensively, contain Cooper Flag, even though they have so many other guys outside of Cooper Flag that can do things. You even saw it in the last game against Alabama, where Cooper Flag didn't really have his best game, and they still found a way to win. But Houston is definitely going to have to really try to contain this Duke team, force guys like maybe Sion James and Coggan, like force them to beat you. Don't let Cooper Flag beat you. Or Tyrese Proctor hit a couple, like force the other guys to beat you. And obviously their shot making is going to have to be on point. They're going to have Uzan and Sharp, and LJ Cry is going to have to have a really good game. Like those three are going to have to really step up and have big nights and shoot the ball very, very well. So they're going to have that. And then for Duke, I just feel like if you can get, I think for Duke, I think just using their size and athleticism, I think will be big in this game. Houston's another team that has a lot of good, size and really good players. If Duke can really try to like get to the paint on Houston, maybe get Houston in foul trouble, and try to really use like their side, like Cooper Flag, try to get to the basket, that would be good. But also their 3-point shooting. I mean, if Duke gets hot from three, it's tough to stop them. But Duke's gonna have to really try to, lock in defensively. Not let LJ Cry and Manuel Sharp, not let those guys really get off, and they're also gonna really, I think they can, if they can get to the pay, and Cooper Flag can have a really nice game. Cooper Flag's definitely gonna have to have a really good game. They're gonna have to establish Cooper Flag and say, hey, he's the best player on the court right now. Like Cooper Flag's gonna have to have that type of game. I think for Duke to win, I think it's gonna be an amazing battle. I'm gonna go with Duke though, man. Duke is just a team that they dominate the whole tournament, and I'm not saying they're gonna beat Houston by 20. Like that, it shouldn't be that type of. This should be a really good game. But I've seen nothing so far that makes me want to pick against Duke. I've seen nothing that makes me want to pick against them. I mean, again, they have talent all around. They have size, athleticism, defense, shooting. They have everything. Everything that you need, they have it. And so they're gonna have a counter and a lineup for everything. So that's why Duke is just not a team that I feel like I can pick against. Even though again, Houston is really good, and again, this should be a very, very good game. And I don't think it's not impossible, obviously, to beat this Duke team. Especially Houston's a number one seed for a reason too, and they've been really good in this tournament as well. But Duke is just, to me personally, is just on another level, and I just don't see a team beating. It's going to take a lot to beat Duke. Again, not impossible. Houston can do it, but for me personally, I just don't know if I could pick against Duke. But yeah, it's going to be it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed. Once again, if you enjoyed the content around here, consider subscribing, liking, turn notifications, all stuff like that. I'd really appreciate it. We have said a lot. Once again, we're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. So all support on our channel, we very much appreciate it. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow.